The gift of living impartially. The Tao is like the air we breathe, freely given, impartial, and available to all. It doesn't pick favorites, but sustains all without judgment. The more you share from this endless source, the more you're replenished. When we live from this space of impartiality, we find that true abundance comes from giving freely, just as the universe gives to us.
The gift of living impartially. In a vibrant city where people's lives intersected like the threads of a vast tapestry, there was a young woman named Arya who worked as a barista at a small coffee shop. Each day, she watched people come and go, some rushing, some lingering, each lost in their own world. And every day, Arya made it her mission to share a simple gift. She gave everyone the same warm smile, regardless of who they were. One cold morning, a wealthy businessman walked into the shop, followed closely by a homeless man seeking warmth. The businessman ordered the most expensive coffee on the menu, barely glancing at Arya, while the homeless man shyly asked for a cup of water. Arya treated them both with the same kindness, offering a smile and a cup of steaming coffee to each. The businessman scoffed. "Why would you waste good coffee on someone who can't even pay for it?" he asked, pointing at the homeless man. Arya paused, meeting his eyes with a calmness that seemed to stretch beyond time. "Tell me," she said, "when you breathe, do you worry about whether the air is meant for you alone?" The businessman blinked, taken aback. "What do you mean?" "Air surrounds us, fills us, gives us life," Arya continued. "It doesn't ask if we're rich or poor, if we deserve it or not. It simply gives. And the more we breathe it in, the more there is to share." "But that's different," the businessman insisted. "Air is everywhere. Coffee costs money." Arya smiled again, pouring herself a cup and taking a sip. "Kindness is like air," she said. "The more you give, the more you realize it's never truly used up. We're all just here, breathing the same air, sharing the same world. So why not share what we can while we're here?" The businessman stood there, silent for a moment, then slowly nodded. He pulled out his wallet, handed Arya a generous tip, and said, "I'd like to pay for the next few cups for anyone who comes in, no matter who they are." As he walked out, he took a deep breath, feeling, perhaps for the first time, that the air around him was more than just something to take for granted. It was a gift, meant to be shared. And from that day on, Arya continued to pour coffee, share smiles, and remind everyone that the greatest treasures in life are those we give freely, without judgment, just like the air we breathe.
2 universal life lessons. The story of Arya teaches us 2 powerful lessons that are as relevant today as they have always been. 1. The power of impartial generosity. Arya's actions demonstrate that kindness, when given without judgment or expectation, creates a ripple effect that touches everyone around us. By giving without questioning who deserves it, we tap into an endless source of compassion and connection. Applying this today, in everyday life, we have countless opportunities to practice impartial generosity. Whether it's offering a kind word, sharing a meal, or simply being present for someone, these acts of kindness remind us that we are all connected and that giving without expectation enriches our lives beyond measure. 2. We are all breathing the same air. The air metaphor shows that, just as we all share the air we breathe, we share this world and its resources. When we remember this simple truth, it becomes easier to see others as equals, regardless of their status, wealth, or appearance. Applying this today, by acknowledging that we all share the same world and its resources, we can approach others with a sense of equality and compassion. This mindset encourages us to treat everyone with the same respect, kindness, and understanding, creating a more inclusive and harmonious society. Application to life today. In today's world, where differences often seem to divide us, living impartially can be a transformative practice. By approaching life as Arya did, treating everyone with the same warmth and kindness, we contribute to a more unified, compassionate world. Give without expectation, just as Arya did. Find ways to offer kindness without expecting anything in return. Whether it's a smile, a helping hand, or simply listening to someone, these moments of impartial generosity create deeper connections and enrich your own life. See others as equals. Instead of focusing on differences or perceived hierarchies, remember that we're all breathing the same air, living on the same planet. This perspective will help you treat others with the respect and compassion they deserve, breaking down barriers and building bridges. In memory of Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. As a follower of Dr. Wayne Dyer's teachings, I share this story in his memory. Dr. Dyer often spoke of living in harmony with the universe, embracing everyone with unconditional love and kindness. His wisdom continues to inspire us to treat others impartially, just as the Tao does. Let's honor his legacy by breathing deeply, sharing freely, and living impartially, just like the air we all share. In gratitude and in memory of Dr. Wayne W. Dyer.